24th of July, we'll be selling Grace Cossington Smith's Christmas tree, painted in 1953. Cossington Smith belongs to a wonderful generation of women artists who were active between the First and Second World War. These women have become the focus of collecting activity and the Australian art market. They dominate that period. If you consider that Clarice Beckett, Margaret Preston, Bessie Davidson, Ethel Spowers, the list actually becomes a very lengthy list. And some of those artists, like Ethel Spowers in particular, have come under strong interest from international collectors. So it's a period when, possibly because of the loss of Australian youth during the First World War, when women became dominant. As it happens, the paintings that many of the women produced from that period are a very modest disposition. They're interiors or very modest landscapes, still lives, sometimes portraiture. They're not grand sweeping landscapes of Streeton, or they're not the sort of heroic landscapes of Hans Huyssen. These are modest paintings, and yet they're painted beautifully, exquisitely, and with a great deal of skill by women who are very well trained, and yet working often in isolation in suburban houses and without an audience. Grace Cossington Smith led a very long and productive life. But recently, prices for work at auctions in Melbourne and Sydney have indicated that she's possibly the most highly rated painter of her generation. This is an argument that I've worked out over looking at the figures and the facts, and together with Margaret Preston, she's now capable of selling paintings regularly in excess of $200,000. The very beautiful and compact painting that we have in our current auction is a very, very fine example of her work. Very clearly shows the influence of Cézanne, who was the most important artist in her life. But technically fascinating the way she refracts light into little facets, and her work therefore glows and shimmers with light. A beautiful painting by one of Australia's most important artists. The painting Christmas Tree by Grace Cossington Smith will be sold at the Menzies auction on the 24th of July with estimates of $90,000 to $150,000.